Another record Stephen's worked on recently is the Kaiser Chiefs record. I know that you're playing with them after these headlining UK dates. But obviously a Leeds band too, a band that we've known for since they were babies, really, since before they got signed and everything. Is that an album that you've listened to, and what do you think of that kind of stuff?
I've heard bits of it.
To your stuff.
Well, it's very kind of very Stephen Street produced. That is.
Yeah.
But no, I put a motorbike sound on that.
You did?
Yeah.
I know you've got many motorbikes.
So they mic'd up one of my bikes for it. Yeah.
I hope you've got points.
No, probably not.
Oh dear. You're looking forward to playing with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the guys?
Yeah, it'd be neat, because it's like...
I suppose they're fresh and full of energy and...
Well, no, it's kind of big venues.
Yeah.
And they might have some good catering. You know, so it's going to be quite nice.
Yeah,
We've just got half an hour to play something quite no pressure, really.
Yeah.
And then have a nice time, because they're nice blokes.
Yeah.
And they're friendly and giggly, and we can just do our thing and then just watch them a bit. And
yeah.
So it'd be quite good, really.
That sounds good. Lyrically, the new album, Love Travels at Illegal Speeds, it's more personal than I've known your writing before. You seem to bear your emotions more in the songs. Do you think you've learned to open up on this record, emotionally?
Well, I think I've been a lot more open before, really.
It just seems lyrically very direct.
Well, you know, I've always been a bit like that.
Mm.
You know, I've written horrible songs about, you know, drinking, wanting to be dead, sitting on the corner of a bed, being given pills from nurses. I just perhaps haven't been too open about normal, what's I suppose seen as normal things. Like maybe the uglier side of things, the uglier side of my own nature. When I've been quite open about myself as a mess up, I haven't really been that open about myself as just a normal man, I suppose.
That's kind of how I see that your lyrics seem to have opened up. They just seem to have become more universal in their message to me, to some extent, because they are simple emotions, you know, or emotions that everybody else has, and you know, to me that's a good thing, because I can take more from your lyrics now.
I've been looking after a subset of disturbed and depressed people for quite a long time with my records.
You probably have.
I always get a lot of good, really nice responses from people who say records have helped, and you know, it was the same with when I was younger. I was listening to very personal records, and it's good to know that even someone you like who makes music, you know, has similar feelings, who isn't really that much better off, doesn't really know what life is all about. I suppose with Don't Believe Anything I Say is pretty much admitting that it's all still a bit of a mystery, really.
Yeah, well, I grew up with the Smiths and learned a lot about emotions I didn't even know I was having through music in the same way. And I now feel that your records have probably got an appeal to a wider audience, but in that manner, you know. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, probably. It's not... I mean, I can't really write anything really blandly happy. I'd rather write... Because words to me are quite excellent. I love words, and I don't really want to be sort of bland and greeting card with words and too polite with them. They're too interesting just to be so, you know, flippant with, maybe. It's a great responsibility, lyric writing.
Yeah.
Because you can say whatever you like, really.
When you first started playing guitar, what records or who inspired you to put in all the practice that's needed to master the guitar?
I just had a big Beatles songbook and some Jam songbooks, Who songbooks. Simon and Garfunkel one was knocking about, and I just used to play along to them.
You always contribute to the vocals with Blur, live and in the studio. How much of a challenge has it been for you to take centre stage vocally, and how has that affected your guitar playing and the solos that we were just talking about?
Well, I can have solos a bit more now and feel happy about it.
Yeah. Does the singing not affect...
Because solos, when I had solos in Blur, they very often get covered up with some... or be in conjunction with some sort of funny synth sound or something.
Yeah.
But now I can leave the guitars alone. But it was a challenge to develop, to try and develop as a singer. Because I don't like good singers. I quite like bad singers. I don't mind being said that I'm a bad singer.
That's what
some people say that, and some people... And it doesn't really matter to me, because I don't particularly like good voices. I mean, I do like a type of good voice, like Pete Townsend had, or whatever, Paul Weller, or Glenn Tilbrook again, people like that. And even you know, with the Arctic Monkeys, I like that. I like anyone using language and that's the vernacular, and anything that's difficult for an American to understand. Yeah, I think is good.
We're running out of time now, so I'll wrap up. Just two more quick questions. A lot of our readers are young musicians trying to break into the music industry. What advice would you have for young guitarists and songwriters out there? People that are, you know, still at school maybe, that are, you know, what one...
Practice.
Practice.
And don't do anything you don't want to do. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Don't drink too much, otherwise you'll have to stop at the end of your 20s, and then it's miserable. Having a nice dinner without a glass of wine, so don't overdo it. And that's it, really, yeah.
That sounds like sound advice to me. What's next for Graham Coxon? Are you planning to play the festivals this year?
I don't know.
Recording?
We're going to do this and the Kaiser Chief thing, and then a bit of a break, really. Sure.
I know there's another gig in Leeds with Hardfight.
Oh, yeah,
a couple of months later, in May maybe, I think it is, near the summer.
Right, there's bits and bobs happening all year.
Any festivals? Your festival performances over the last few years have been highly talked about.
Oh yeah, Reading and Leeds I've done, yeah. I can't do it this year, because then I've already done it twice in a row, so...
And there's no Glastonbury, so...
No, so maybe a bit of a quieter summer, which is alright by me, really.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll carry on writing. So. Yeah.
Well, you've been mounting through the albums, and we hope you continue to do so. Graham Coxon, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
Thanks.